So Jenny, what are your plans for the shoot today?
The first thing that I'd have to do today really is check the equipment. Start by making sure there's no breaks in the lines, making sure bulbs on lights aren't broken, making sure cameras are set back to all the manual settings that other people might have changed. With setting up the camera, there's a lot to do, as in making sure the focus right, the framing's right. You have to set tripods up to certain heights, which I'm always really rubbish with because I can't take the locks off any of the legs on the tripod to get them to the right length. Other things to do are like checking the microphones, picking up voices properly, the levels are okay. We've got all different takes that we have to do throughout the day, and we'd have a shot list with us that we've got to be constantly referring to all day, and we'd probably do a run through of everything that's on this shot list so we know what we're going to be doing.
How much planning has gone into today's shoot?
We've had to have weeks and weeks of production meetings, and it's just talking about the general ideas, all of us putting our ideas across. There's been many arguments, but eventually we've come up with a plan that we're all quite happy with. We've had to create like time plans of the shoots and basically just how everything's going to go that day. We've had all sorts of different paperwork that we've had to do at these meetings, like making storyboards and shot lists, everyone's favourite, the risk assessment. And all this paperwork is stuff that you have to refer to on the day of the shoot. We've also got a lot of equipment to book out from stores, which is never an easy task.
What are your key roles today, Jenny?
I think my key role is mainly to just make sure everything keeps running smoothly, and a lot of that is referring back to the shot list and the storyboards that I've talked about, but I also help out with setting up cameras and lighting equipment and making sure that everything looks good in the way it's set up. Also, part of my responsibility is briefing the other members, making sure they all know what they're doing throughout the day and where they're meant to be at certain points, and just keeping them up to date with everything that's been going on throughout the day and what's yet to come during the day.
How important is planning and teamwork?
Firstly, I think teamwork is really important. The project that I'm doing at the moment is massive, and I think it'd be a bit too much for one person to handle on their own. So having other team members there just helps lighten your load a little bit. Having different team members brings different strengths to your group, and you make sure that everybody's working to their own strengths to make a complete team. You might need many different locations to do your shoot on, and it's important that beforehand you plan out where these places are and you make sure you've been to these places and seen that they're okay.
How much work is there to do after the shoot today, Jenny?
Oh, there's all sorts of work that begins after the shoot. The shooting is just the beginning of stuff. You've got to log every shot that you've done, which is such a time-consuming process. And when you've logged everything, you have to do an EDL, which is an edit decision list, where you pick out the shots that have worked and the shots that you're actually going to use. After you've finally decided on your edit decision list, you have to do the main edit, and there's lots of post-production techniques that come in that, like making sure your audio's okay, adding music to it, maybe text on the screen that you're going to need, and then if you need the text animating, this is all done in post-production. If you've finished with your post-production, there's the exporting back to tape that we have to do, which could be a long process. We have had a few problems today. Just as we were hoping to capture absolutely perfect sound, a band started playing up in the room next door, so we had no choice but to cancel the shoot for today, and we've had to reschedule.
Oh my god.
We have had a lot of positives today though. We've got a lot of work done, we've had a laugh, we've managed to take a lot of stuff off our shot list, and we've got a lot of footage that I can use in the final edit.